Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and today I'm going to be playing Spirit Island. In this solo playthrough, I'll be using the third of 5 spirits in my homemade Radical Adaptations pack of spirits, and that is Ghosts of 1,000 Generations. Let's get rolling. Alright, and I'm all set up now for Spirit Island with Ghosts of 1,000 Generations. Note that, so this is a 2-board setup, so I've added a fear token to the fear pool for the second board, as per the normal rules for that. And there's also a fear marker added to the pool for this spirit's setup. And then, in addition, I've got 2 presents on my starting board and the highest numbered land with Blight. And this is obviously a homemade spirit of my own making. It's the 3rd out of 5 in my Radical Adaptations set. If you'd like to print and play it for yourself, you can go to my website, tablefor1.games, and go to the free content section, and you can find it there, along with content for other games that I've made. The content I've made, not the games. I don't claim to have made Spirit Island. Come on. And then I didn't, if you'd like to know more about this spirit, I also just released at the same time as this video a Table for One house rules, just explaining how the spirit works, going into the design choices a little bit. So there's a link in the description. You can go check that out as well. Just a fun tidbit that I did not mention in that video, but I filmed the house rules and then this playthrough with 2 boards with this spirit. I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, and went to edit them today and found that I deleted all the files by accident. Whoopsie. So that was my second time through the description in that house rules video, and this will be my second time playing through it and recording it like this, but I don't really mind because I like playing it. So we'll see how it goes. The boards are randomized, just rolled dice for them. The initial explorer was in the sands. So, yeah, I'm ready to start up at the top. So I get to pick 2 growth options. And I think to start out with, I'm going to add a presence. Will be the left growth option I pick. So at range 2 to a land with invaders or blight. And on the right side, I'm going to gain a power card. And I'm going to start by gaining a minor power. So I'm going to do that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so they all cost 1 energy. There's no free ones. Free one is always better, at least in the beginning with the spirit, but not a big deal. I like this one on top. For jungle or wetland, I could do 2 damage or remove a blight. It'd be nice to put a blight back on the card right away. So that's Voracious Growth. The next is Bat's Scout for Raids by Darkness. This allows Dahan to damage buildings, or it's 1 fear and gather Dahan. I mean, fear is always good. Cycles of Time and Tide. If there are Dahan, add 1 Dahan. If there are no Dahan, remove a blight. A little too situational for what I'm looking at right now. And then Pace of the Joined Hunt. Oh, Pact of the Joined Hunt. I'm sorry. Target spirit gathers 1 Dahan into one of their lands. 1 damage in that land per Dahan present. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a good one, but I might have to take that. That's pretty good. Target any spirit. Target spirit gathers 1 Tahan into one of their lands. 1 damage in that land per Tahan present. Gathers 1. I wish it was gathered 2. I think I'm going to take Voracious Growth. Now I can add a presence to a land with Invaders or Blight. And I'm going to take it. I'm going to hope I start earning some fear, I guess. From the bottom. No, I'm going to take it from the top track. I want to get at least 1 energy income right now. Range 2, so I'm going to add it to land B6 where that town is. And that was growth, so now I get 1 energy. And I can play up to 2 cards. And I'm going to play 2 slow cards. One of my uniques, Harbingers of Ruin, and then the one I just picked up, Voracious Growth. So they're both slow, and Voracious Growth had no useful elements to me, so I have not unlocked any of my innates. So now I go to the fast phase, and I don't have anything. So since it's the first turn, I burn the first event card. There's no Blighted Island effects, no Earned Fear cards, so we go to the Invader steps. There's no Ravage. They build in the sand. And they're going to explore now in the mountains. So that's going to be this coastal mountain. This one here. And this one here. Okay. Now the slow phase. So Harbingers of Ruin, range 1, I get 1 fear for each building in the target land to a max 5. I've got a number of places I could target, but there's no more than 1 building in any of them. So I'll go ahead and say that I'm targeting land 6 from land 6 and get 1 fear. And that also grants me 1 energy because of my special rule. Although I am just reminded I didn't spend the energy on this card when I played it, so that goes away. Okay, and then my other card that I've played, range 1 from a sacred site. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, well, no, I'm dumb. Okay, I was going to do 2 damage and take out a town, but from a sacred site, I don't have any. It's got to be a jungle or wetland, and I can't do that. I've got no options, so I'm going to do the other piece. I'm going to remove a blight, which is fine. I don't mind removing the blight. So that's it for the slow piece. So now we're in time passes. There's nothing to heal. But because of special rules, I now need to forget 1 power card. And I feel like I could use Voracious Growth if I was a little smarter. But I don't know that I need a lot of sacred sites either. So I think I'm going to forget that one that I just picked up. The elements aren't that good for me. I'm going to just make a stack over here of Forgotten. Maybe I'll put them up here. Forgotten cards. And then everything else is reclaimed. And now I go back to growth. So I've got 1 energy on hand now. And I need to keep growing. So I'm going to do a presence off the bottom track, I think. And I'm also going to gain another power card. And I'm going to go for another minor. Hopefully I can get one with 0 cost because I want to start banking some of this energy. Because it can fund getting more cards or more presents. I do have 1/0 cost. Isolate target land. Each invader does -1 damage. That could be useful. I do like the elements, though, on Spur On with Words of Fire. What does that do? So target any spirit. If you target any spirit other than yourself, they gain 1 energy. Target spirit may immediately play another power card by paying its cost. If it is slow, it does not resolve until the slow phase. So I'd be paying 1 energy for the elements plus another card play. I could probably make that work. Oh, Dark and Tangled Woods is good too, though. 2 fear, and if target land is mountain or jungle, defend 3. I could use that later. Yeah, I think I want the fear generation. I think that's pretty useful for me. So I've gained my card. I'm going to add a presence from the bottom track. I'm going to put it down here in land B3. And now I can gain 1 energy and play 2 cards. No, I want to hold on to that one, sorry. I'm going to play this one again. So I pay 1 energy for this one, the other's free. And what does this do element-wise? Unlocks this. Which shouldn't matter, but I'm going to target somewhere. So this power has +1 range per sun I have, and I have 1 sun. So it's range 1, target a land with Dahan. I'm going to target land 7. I don't think it'll matter, though. And basically, I'll get 1 fear per destroyed Dahan in that land this turn. But hopefully I don't lose any. My other fast power is Omens from Ancestors. And I'm going to target myself. I defend 2 in each land with my presence and Dahan, which is going to be land 3. Okay, now there's an event. And we still have a healthy island, so it's Sprawl contained by the wilds. Add 1 wilds to a land without invaders. Build in the land with the most buildings, minimum 1. Land without invaders on each board. That's pretty nice. Well, let's do the 2 jungles on the inside here. I've already gotten the sands. I want to prevent them from spreading out that way. Yeah, try and contain them, I guess. Build in the land with the most buildings, minimum 1. So there's no buildings on this board. On this one, I have several options. But what am I going to pick? I don't really want another city. But that's kind of my only option. I think I'm going to do land 5. Don't love it. But it's not going to hurt me any more than it already is. Now, Explorer's Blunder. On each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. That's fortunate. It'll clear this. It'll also clear this. That was a good draw. And lay ambushes. During Ravage, Dahan deal damage at the same time as invaders. Okay. And there's no Blighted Island effects and no Earn Fear cards, so we Ravage in the sand. We're going to do 5 damage in land 5. That's a blight. And in land 3, Dahan do 4, and the invaders do 3, and I'm defending 2. So the Dahan gets injured, but these get wiped out. And that gives me a fear and an energy. And that's it for the sands. In the mountains, we're going to build. So that's going to put a town here. And we're going to get rid of the disease token there. There's no other mountains with anybody there. Now we're going to explore in the wetlands. Okay. And now slow phase. At range 1, I'm going to target land B5. 1 fear for each building in target land to a maximum of 5. So that's 2 fear. There's a town and a city, and 2 fear means 2 energy. So you can see the energy is already starting to build up, which is great. That's it for this round. So I'm going to reclaim my tokens, and we're in the time passes phase. Let's heal this Dahan. Grab that token. And now I need to forget a power card. I think I'm going to forget Omens from Ancestors. That was, I got good use out of it. Now it's gone. I reclaim everything else. And now we go to the growth phase. I think I'm going to pay. Well, I'm gonna add presence first from the bottom track to a land with invaders or blight at range 2. And I'm going to go here and land 7. I think I might pay 2 energy to do another presence. Yeah. I'm going to do that from the bottom track as well. I'm trying to get to 4 card plays. And this is range 2 to land with Dahan. So I'm going to put it in land A6 so I can start doing stuff over there. All right, now I gain 1 energy, and I can play up to 3 cards, and I've unlocked a sun element as well, so I always have at least range 1 on both innates at the bottom, which is good because I got rid of my 1 unique power card with a sun element. So up to 3 cards. I've got 3 energy. I'll play these 3. So this is going to cost 1, 2, 3 energy. And I didn't even really look element-wise. Let's see, I've got, besides the sun, I've got 3 moons, 1 fire. The 3 moons will unlock this. 1 fire won't do anything. The 2 earth won't do anything. I don't have any air, so it's just that. Okay. All right, so let's start with Dark and Tangled Woods. It's range 1. I'm going to target land 7. B7 there. 2 fear, which is a fear card. And 2 energy. And it says if target land is mountain or jungle, which it is, defend 3. So I'm defending 3 there now. And then I also unlocked, I've got range 1 on this innate Scared to Death. I've got 3 moon, so it says Range 1, target land with invaders. I get 1 fear per 2 power cards played this turn, rounded down. So I've played 3 cards, so I can get 1 more fear as long as I'm within range 1 of invaders, which I am. So I'll take the fear, which also gives me an energy. Okay, so I've used that. And now we go to an event, because that was all my fast powers. So we're at terror level 1, so this is cultural assimilation. On each board, in a land with exactly 1 Dahan that has or is adjacent to a city, replace that Dahan with a town. Oh no. On each board, in a land, so this won't, it needs to be a city, so this won't be on board A. In a land with exactly 1 Dahan that has or is adjacent to a city, replace that Dahan with a town. Yuck, there's going to be a lot of cities. So that's going to be here. That's not good. Now, beasts attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Remove any token that destroys a town or city. I'm going to... Obviously, that beast does nothing, but this one, I'm going to have it attack the city and do 2 damage. And it did not destroy it, so the beast remains. Now, Reckless Offensive. On each board, choose a land with at least 2 Dahan and at least 2 towns or cities. Each Dahan destroys 1 town or city. Add a blight. Choose a land with at least 2 Dahan and at least 2 towns or cities. There is no such land on any of the boards, so we won't do anything for that. Okay, now what? No Blighted Island effects, but I did earn a fear card. We're at terror level 1. Each player adds 1 strife in a different land with at least 2 invaders. Well, that's convenient. I'll happily take that. Put the strife under this city. All right, now it is Ravage in the mountains. These mountains are empty. This one is just 1 damage because it's just the Explorer, and then the strife goes away. And in land 7, they do 3 damage, but I'm defending 3, and the Dahan counterattack and do 2 damage. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm just going to take out the town. 2 damage. That's a fear. And a fear means I get an energy. All right. So that's it for Ravage. We're going to build in the wetlands, and that is bad for me. This disease token goes away. This is 2 fresh cities. Don't love that. A lot of cities going on here. Okay, and explore in the wetlands. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All right, well, I'm going to use this to my advantage as much as I can. So we're in the slow phase now. I'm going to start with Harbingers of Ruin. Range 1, I'm going to target... You know what? I'm not going to do that one yet. I'm going to do Possession Accelerates Horror first. And I'm going to target, so range 1, I'm going to target land 6. And it says push all explorers and towns to as many different lands as possible. And then each invader deals damage to other invaders in the land they are moved to. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to move this explorer here, who then does 1 damage to this invader. Destroys them. Move this explorer here, which does 1 damage to the city. destroys it. 2 fear, 2 energy. Let's just make a little change. And I'm going to push this town into land 1, where it does 2 damage. I'm going to take out the 2 explorers. And now I'm going to do Harbingers of Ruin. Range 1, I'm going to target land 1. It's 1 fear for each town or city, and target land max 5. And there are 3 there, so I earn 3 fear. I need 2 more, so that's another fear card. Plus 3 more energy. And those are all of the slow things I can do. So let's take the tokens back. I've got 9 energy now. There's nothing to heal. Time is passing. So I need to forget 1 power card. I'm going to forget Dark and Tangled Woods. It did a good job. But it's really for defending mountains and jungles, and that's not what I need. I need wetlands in a big way. So I'm going to forget this. Reclaim the rest. Now I go back to presence. Or I go back to growth, I should say. And I think I'm going to do 2 power cards this time. And I think I'm going to go for a minor and then a major. Because I could use some big damage. So let's take a minor first. This is from this growth option, gain power card. Couple 0 cost ones. Push up to 1 blight, explorer, or town at range 2 from a sacred site. Range 1, this one's slow. Man, none of these fire elements. I wish I had some fire. Add a strife, push 1 Dahan. Each remaining Dahan takes 1 damage. I don't love that. What is this one? Scour the land. Destroy 3 towns and all explorers. Add a blight. That's not the worst thing ever, honestly, looking at this board. 3 towns. And get at least 2 towns. And if target land has your presence, 1 fear, 1 damage. If target land is sand or wetland, 1 damage. And that's slow. I'm going to take Twilight Fog Brings Madness, but I don't love it. But I think with my second growth here, I'm going to spend 2 energy to gain a major power, and then I might get rid of that one. We'll see what it is. All right. So we've got flow like water, reach like air. This targets a spirit. I didn't really look at the elements. I guess I should have. Target spirit gets +2 range with all powers. Target spirit may push one of their presence onto an adjacent land, bringing up to 2 explorers, 2 towns, and 2 Dahan along with it. And I could threshold this. The moved presence may also bring along up to 2 cities and up to 2 blight. That is interesting. We're just moving stuff around. I need to destroy some stuff. Vengeance of the Dead, at least has a fire element and a moon element. That's good. Range 3, it's fast. 3 fear, that's awesome. After each effect that destroys a town, city, or Dahan in target land, 1 damage per town, city, or Dahan destroyed. And then if you have 3 animals, I don't have any animal, I won't threshold that. I always get confused on the wording on that one, though. After each effect that destroys something in the target land, 1 damage per thing destroyed. Like, what's an effect? Like, how's that different from an action? This is probably covered somewhere, I'm sure it is, but that one confuses me and I hesitate to take it. Melt earth into quicksand is 1 fear, 2 damage, isolate target land. After invaders or Dahan are moved into target land, destroy them. That's good. And sweep into the sea. Push all towns and explorers 1 land toward the nearest ocean. Or, if target land is coastal, destroy all explorers and towns. I could threshold sweep into the sea, just with what's on my track, and if I play Twilight Fog Brings Madness, which allows me to repeat it on an adjacent land, I can get at least 1 good use out of it. So I think I'm going to take it, but that means I've got to get rid of something else that I wasn't expecting to. I think I'm going to get rid of Possession Accelerates Horror. I think it's done its job. I'd like to get rid of Twilight Fog Brings Madness, but I need it now. All right, so now I get paid 1 energy. Right, gain 1 energy. I guess I don't get paid. And I think I'm going to play Follow the Psychopomps, Twilight Fog Brings Madness, and sweep into the sea. 6, 7. I can afford it, which is a good start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 1, 2, 3 moons and 2 waters, so I do threshold sweep into the sea. And then I've got 3 suns, so I threshold the bottom of Follow the Psychopomps. I also have range 3 on my innates. Do I threshold any of those? I have 2 moon and 1 fire. That's not enough for anything. How about over here? I have 2 moon, 2 air, so I threshold here. But that's not going to... Well, what's my range? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that'll work. All right, good stuff. So I'll start with this innate. I have range 3, target a land with the Han. So I'm going to target land A2 over there. And it says, if any Dahan are destroyed in target land this turn, add 1 presence after adding blight if that applies. Limited to once per turn. So I'm targeting here. If that Dahan is destroyed, I add a presence. And then Follow the Psychopomps is also fast. It's range, because of threshold the bottom, range 2 from a sacred site. I'm going to target land 6. And it says, when any invader would be added, replaced, moved into, or moved out of that target land, instead destroy them immediately. Okay, so those are the fast things I can do. Now it is events. We're on stage 2, so it's no bravery without numbers. Invaders do not ravage in lands unless there are more invaders than the current terror level, which is 1. So they won't ravage unless there's more than 1 invader, which... okay. Oh, well, I guess that is helpful. Okay. More invaders than the current terror level. So land 6 is not going to ravage because there's 1 invader. The terror level is 1. So that's 1's not more than 1. Prey on the heedless. In each land with beasts, 1 damage per beast. So that's just here. I'll take out the explorer. That's fine. And leave the hostile land. In each land, push 1 Dahan per bad land or disease to a land without bad land or disease. And there's no bad land or disease on either board. So then it's Blighted Island effects, and there are none. 1 earned fear card. We're at terror level 1. Nerves Fray. Each player adds 1 strife in a land not matching a ravage card. Each player, okay. Just me. I can't do it in wetlands, so I'm going to do it on this city in the mountains. Okay, now it's time for Ravage. We already established there won't be a Ravage in land 6. They will Ravage land 2 down here, so that's 2 damage, so it is going to Blight. It is going to destroy that Dahan. And now this, my rule says, if any Dahan are destroyed in target land, add 1 presence after adding Blight. So I'm going to add a presence. I think I want to get that 4th card play. Okay, free presence, I like that. Now, and now land B1 also has to Ravage. That's just going to Blight. Now, build in the wetlands. Can't say that I love it. It would be a town in land 6, but because of Follow the Psychopomps, when any invader would be added to target land, instead immediately destroy them. So destroy the town, that's 1 fear and 1 energy. And in land 1, it's going to be another city. Man, I gotta do something about these cities. And explore mountains. At least it wasn't coast. Okay, now it's slow powers. I am going to do Twilight Fog Brings Madness. Add a strife, push a Dahan. Each remaining Dahan takes 1 damage. Yeah, that's not super helpful. I'm going to add I'm going to target land 6 and add strife to that city. There's no Dahan to push or take damage. Now sweep into the sea. Range 2. I'm going to target, as I could use it here, push that explorer here, and then because I've got the bottom, repeat it again, and then clear it. That board would be clear, which would be pretty nice. I was thinking I was going to use it on this town and then clear that. Now I wonder, if I used it 2 turns in a row, I could push these explorers out so they don't build and push them here. That land's just going to Blight, but it'll cascade, and I don't love that. Or I can use it now on these explorers and push them and then get rid of them. Well, I want to get the maximum fear I can, I think. So I'm going to target land 5 here. And I'm going to push all the towns and explorers towards the nearest coast, or towards, 1 land towards the nearest ocean. So here. And now I'm going to repeat it on an adjacent land, which is land 1. I'm going to take out these 3 towns. And that gets me 3 energy, because it gets me 3 fear. Okay. That's kind of rough. So time is passing. So I need to forget a card. And these 2 pair together really well, element-wise. But I just don't know that I'm getting enough value for Twilight Fog. I'm going to forget that. Reclaim the rest. Now I'm at the growth phase again. What am I going to do? I think I need cards at this point. Let's see if I can get something that'll threshold sweep into the sea again. So I'm going to start here and go with a minor. I'll pick my other growth based off of how this goes. Domesticated animals go berserk. Oh, I can make that work really well for me. Rouse the trees and stones. Yeah, I'm taking domesticated animals go berserk. That's going to be useful. But only if I add a presence at, what I want to do, range 2, land with invaders or blight. I'm going to go to land 1. And now I gain an energy. Now I can play up to 4 cards. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't afford 4 cards, but that's okay. Don't have another water, so I'm not going to threshold the bottom of this. Just too bad. Maybe I should hold on to it. I am going to play this. I am going to play this. What's that going to give you? 2 moon and a fire. Maybe I should play this for the other fire. Give me 3 moons, 2 fire. That's kind of a big deal. Okay. So this is going to cost me 1, 2, 3, 4 energy. And I do have 2 suns permanently now, so I threshold the bottom of this. Element-wise, what did I say? 3 moons, 2 sun. Or, I'm sorry, 3 moons, 2 fire. And I also have 3 moon, 1 air. Although I don't think that'll be particularly useful. But I'll take it. Alright, so at range 2, I can do 2 damage and get some fear in a land with invaders. Where do I want to do some damage? I want to do 2 damage would be most effective in land 7 here. Plus it's 1 fear, which earns me a fear card. And an energy. So terror level 2 now. And 1 fear per 2 cards played this turn rounded down. So it's just going to be 1 more fear. Which is also 1 more energy. Which Dahan am I most likely to lose? I mean, I don't really think I'm going to lose any, but maybe that one in land 7. Just put this here. So if I lose that Dahan this turn, then I get 1 fear. Okay. Now, domesticated animals go berserk. At range 0, target land has to have towns or cities defend 5. So I'm definitely using that on land 1. Defend 5. and 1 fear. 1 energy as well. And I have 3 moons, so it also says add a beast. So that's a good thing. And follow the psychopomps. Range 2 from a sacred site. Where are they going to be adding stuff that I'll immediately want destroyed? The mountains. So I'm going to target land 2. Alright, that's everything fast. So now there's an event card. We're still on a healthy island, so wounded lands attract explorers. On each board, add 1 explorer to a land with blight. Okay, let's go here and there. Beasts chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 towns from a land with beasts. Okay, well, I'll push this one. And I'm going to push this one to land 6. Now, raiding and retaliation. In each land with towns or cities, 1 damage per Dahan. Then each surviving town or city deals 1 damage to Dahan. So there are no Dahan and buildings in the same land. It seems like they're just attacking each other. With the Dahan attacking first. So it's kind of like a mini Ravage, but I don't have anywhere where that applies. Now it's Blighted Island effects. Now it's earned fear cards, and I'm at tier level 2. Got 1 card. Each town, destroys 1 explorer in its land. Each city destroys 2 explorers in its land. Okay, I'll get some out of it. So this town destroys 1 explorer. And then these cities each destroy 2. So that clears some explorers. Now we're ravaging in the wetlands. So land 1, that's 6 damage, but I'm defending 5. So 1 damage, no big deal. In land 6, we just remove this strife token. And then in land 2 down here, there's nothing I can do. It's going to blight and cascade. Oh, man. And unfortunately, no matter where I cascade, it's going to be a coast. So I'm going to cascade it to land 1 because that gives me better cascade options. I'm going to lose that presence, which stinks. Because now the next time I put down presence, it has to be that one. So that was Ravage. It was not very good. Going to build in the mountains. Unfortunately, the only mountain is land B2. And I've used Follow the Psychopomps there. So a town goes down, but it's immediately destroyed, which gets me a fear and an energy. And explore. Yep, there's the coast. That is the way. Okay, so now we're in the slow phase, and I've got Harbingers of Ruin. Range 1, 1 fear per town or city. So I'm going to target, I guess, land 2. There's 2 cities, so that's 2 fear. And also 2 energy. Okay, now it's time passes. Let's take the tokens back. And I'm getting into a little bit of a bind here. I need to forget a card. I think it's going to be that major. Although I could use it. It's a pretty good effect. And land A2. But by then there's going to be a city as well. I could deal with it if I pair it with Follow the Psychopomps. That's going to take most of my energy. Feel like I'm a little on my back foot. I'm going to forget Sweep into the Sea. Which hurts a little bit, but... Okay, so I reclaim the rest. I'm going to add a presence to a land with invaders or blight. Range 2, and I've got to use my destroyed presence, but I'm going to go here. And now I'm going to gain a power card, and I guess I'm going to... Well... Yeah, I'm getting low on cards. I got to gain a power card. Dire Metamorphosis. I don't want to add a blight. I don't want to do that. Sky stretches to shore. This turn, target spirit may use a slow power as if it were fast. Wow, that would have been helpful if I kept that major. +3 range of targeting the coast. That... Oh, man, okay. Guardian Serpents. Add a beast in one of target spirit's lands. If target spirit has Sacred Site in that land, defend 4 there. Okay. And Veil the Knight's Hunt. Each Dahan deals 1 damage to a different invader. Or push up to 3 Dahan. Not real jazzed about any of this. I think I'm going to take Sky Stretches to Shore. So now I've gained a card and added a presence. So now I gain an energy, and I can play up to 4 cards. Maybe I should. What does that look like element-wise? It'll give me 3 sun, 2 fire, 3 moon. Too bad I don't have another fire. It'll give me 2 air. Okay, yeah, I'm going to just play them all. That's fast, that's fast. That's fast, and that's slow. So I said 3 moon and 2 fire. So 2 thresholds here. 3 moon and 2 air. So that's second tier here. I've got 3 suns, so I threshold the bottom of this. I've got 3 moons, so I threshold the bottom of this. Alright, so let's run through it. I'm going to start with Sky Stretches to Shore. I can target myself and use 1 slow power as if it were fast. And I'm going to use this slow power and use it right now. Range 1, I'm going to target land B1. There's 2 cities there, so I generate 2 fear, which gets me another fear card. +2 energy. Oops, let me set this over here. First I gotta pay for all these, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out, 2 in. Okay. So that's those 2 cards. Somewhere range 0 with buildings, defend 5. Give me the mountain. So I'm going to do that and land 2 over here. That's this card. 1 fear, which gets me an energy, and let's make some change. And defend 5. And because I have enough moons, add a beast. Okay. Where do I want to do some damage to? I could do 2 damage somewhere. At range what? Range 3. Somewhere with invaders. I can do 2 damage. I think doesn't use the damage totally efficiently, but I'm going to use it here because that land's already got blight. So at least it's a cleared land anyway. Okay, I hope that was the right move. So that was, did 2 damage plus 1 fear. And then 1 fear per 2 power cards played this turn. So 2, 4. So that's 2 more fear. 2 more energy. So that's 3 energy. Okay. And now I need to target some Dahan. Just in case they get lost this time. I don't think they will, but at range 1, 2, 3. What Dahan am I most likely to lose? There's no Dahan in lands with beasts. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to target this jungle way back here. And the last is I need to target somewhere with follow the psychopomp. So they're going to build in the coast. Yeah, I think I want to prevent the town and land 2 there. All right. That was a lot of choices. So now I get an event. Oh, goodness gracious. Hardworking settlers. The latest round of settlers are regrettably diligent, focused, and curious. You may act cautiously in the background or create unnerving distractions at the cost of piquing their interest. All right, so if I act cautiously in the background, then on each board, push up to 2 Dahan, add 1 town to a land without a town, immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders that matches a ravage card. Do that on each board, huh? Can't say I love that. What else we got? Create unnerving distractions. Ravage cards skip up to 1 matching land on each board. Players choose which. 1 fear per player. Remove the bottommost stage 2 and stage 3 cards in the invader deck from the game. I've only got 1 more stage 2, so I sure don't want that. I'm not ready for stage 3. Probably never will be. All right, so I guess we're doing the top. Okay, well, this will be good here. On each board, push up to 2 Dahan. Push these 2. There, of course, that was silly. Now add a town to a land without a town. I'm going to add this town to land 2, but because of Follow the Psychopomps, it's immediately destroyed, which gets me a fear and an energy and a fear card. Now on this board, I need to add a town to a land without a town. Man, and I don't like that. I wonder if I'm going to have to drive toward a fear victory. I'm going to put it in this sand and hope I don't get a sand. I'm going to put it in that sand. Yeah, I think I'm going to push for a fear victory maybe. All right, now immediately ravage in the land with the most invaders that matches the ravage card. So there's ravage cards of mountains, so nothing here. That's going to be here on this board. This strife goes away, and the explorer does 1 damage, and now the Dahan do 4 damage back, which takes out the city, and the explorer earns 2 fear and 2 more energy. Okay. Ouch. Now, beasts prey on the injured. This turn, beasts also count as badlands. On each board, destroy a damaged invader in a land with beasts. There are no such invaders. No Blighted Island effect. And now it's earned fear cards. I'm at terror level 2. I've got 2 cards. On each board, remove 1 town. Okay, that's good. It's going to be this one. Oh, man. That's it. I don't have any towns on the other board. It's not destroyed, it's removed, so no fear. Now, explore does not affect coastal lands. That would have been way better last time. Lands with disease are not a source of invaders when exploring. Okay. So we're not going to explore the coasts. Now it's ravage in the mountains, but all the mountains are empty, so that's nice. Build in the coast, less nice. Oh, why did I defend there? That was a weird thing to do. Okay. Build in the coast. That was dumb. I should have taken out that town instead of the one in the sand. Okay, and explore the jungle. The other wilds token stays. Alright, I gotta try and get some fast fear. Like a ton of it. Either that or I gotta take out 4 cities. Okay, I have nothing slow. So I've already used my slow stuff. So let's get all the tokens back. And as time passes, Stahan is healed. Oh man, I gotta forget a card. I think it's Follow the Psychopomps now. It's a really helpful card. But I think I need other stuff. Well, maybe I take that back. Might be Sky Stretches to Shore. That was okay. I reclaim everything else. And I'm back at the top. And I really need to do some damage. So I'm going to spend, I think I'm kind of spread out okay. I'm going to spend 2 energy to gain a power card This one's free and this one costs 2. So I'm going to gain a minor and then a major. So I'm going to be getting real low on cards. I'll grow through sacrifice. It's not as powerful as it usually is for this spirit, because if I destroy one of my presents, like that'll slow me down from uncovering my tracks more. Although it does have moon and fire and it's 0 cost. So maybe I do grab that. Now a major. Indomitable Claim. That could sure be useful. Unrelenting Growth. The elements line up really good for Pent-Up Calamity. Add a disease or strife, or remove any number of beast, disease, strife, or wilds. For each token removed, 1 fear and 3 damage. 2 moon, 3 fire, which I could do. If you removed any tokens, return up to 2 of them. Yeah, I think it's gotta be Pent-Up Calamity. Even though the defend 20 would be nice. I really need to keep fire. But I need to make a lot of fear too. I'm going to get rid of Follow the Psychopomps now, as much as it's useful. It's the most expensive fire element card that I have. Alright, so now I gain 1 energy. Now I can play up to 4 cards, and I will play them all. And the threshold for this one is 3 moon, which I have. For this one, it's 2 sun, which I have. For this one, it's 2 moon and 3 fire, which I have. So I threshold all of those on the cards. And then what did I say I have? I have 3 moon and 3 fire, so I get this whole thing. That's going to be critical. And what I have, no air, so I don't get anything over here. Okay. I gotta pay for all this, huh? 3 and 1. That doesn't cost very much. Let's figure out how I want to do this. I think I'm trying to rush the fear victory, but I wouldn't mind trying to get rid of some cities while I'm at it anyway. I'm basically going to be moving my sacred site with Grow Through Sacrifice. They're going to ravage the coast. Can't see, there's 2 blight there. So if I'm going to remove a blight, doesn't really help me to remove that one, because it would still cascade. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with Grow Through, I'm going to start with Grow Through Sacrifice, destroy one of my presents. I'm going to do this one. And then I have 2 suns, so I can do both in the same land. I can target myself and choose to remove 1 blight from one of my lands. I'm going to remove this blight. and add 1 presence to one of my lands. And it says I have to do the same land, so this is a sacred site now. It had to be that destroyed presence due to my special rule. So that's this one. This one's done. What is this going to do? I've got the whole thing. So it's going to do 2 damage plus a damage for each 2 power cards. So I'm going to do 4 damage somewhere. And this will allow me to add a beast, and then I can remove beasts to do 6 damage. I don't know if this is going to be enough. So these will probably be in the same land. This is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, I said. And be a bunch of fear. All right, let's do, how many suns do I have? 2, so range 2. I'm going to go here, I think. I'm mostly just trying to get rid of cities at this point. Shoot, they're going to build a city in A3 as well. Maybe I do it there. 1 fear. And 2 damage. And now 1 fear per 2 cards played. So 2 more fear, that's a fear card. And 2 more energy. And now also 1 damage per 2 cards played, so 2 more damage. I don't know if that was the right thing. But it's done. So now I'm going to use this and land A2. And it's going to be 1 fear. Defend 5. Add a beast, because I have enough elements. Now Pent-Up Calamity I could use there. I can remove any number of beasts, and for each one removed, 1 fear and 3 damage. So I removed 2 beasts, that's 2 fear, which is also 2 energy. And that's going to be 6 damage. Which is another 3 fear. It's another fear card, another 3 energy. And then at the bottom, if you have removed any tokens, return up to 2 of them. So I'm going to put those beasts back. Okay. Yowza, that was all the fast stuff. Now it's time for an event. The island is still healthy. Explore actions add +1 explorer to lands without buildings. Beasts. Lair in untamed lands. On each board, add 1 beast to a land without towns, cities, or blight. That could have been a little better, but seek out new grounds. On each board, gather 1 or 2 Dahan into a land without Dahan setup symbols. That one does go here, I suppose. All right. No Blighted Island effects somehow. So we're at Terror level 3. I have 2 fear cards. One is skip the next normal build. The build card shifts left as usual. That's fantastic. It means I've wasted my innate power on that jungle, though. And then retreat. Each player may push any number of towns or explorers from one land. And the next build's not going to happen, huh? And I don't know. Here. Okay. So now we finally get to ravage the coast. On board A, there are 3 explorers, but I'm defending 5 there. So the Dahan counterattack and clear it. All right, that was that ravage. Here, they're going to blight. Here, 1 damage, and then Han takes them out. And on this coast, they're going to blight, which is going to flip the blight card. And I'm going to lose 1 presence. Blighted Island. Power corrodes the spirit. Each invader phase. Each spirit destroys one of their presence if they have 3 or more power cards in play, or have a power card in play costing 4 or more energy. That's not good. And then 4 blight per player. This one's really going to be down to the wire. Okay, so that was Ravage the Coast. There is no build per the fear card. And explore the sands and mountains. Okay, oops, I shouldn't have healed that yet. So now it's the slow phase. Oops, I forgot this sand too. And I'm going to target land B1, 1 fear for each town or city. So 3 fear. There's also 3 energy. 2 cards to go. Or 9 fear to go. All right, that was it for slow powers. So this comes back. This comes back. We're in time passes. This is one heck of a game. Heal that to Han. And now I've got to forget a card. Oh, and explore actions add 1 explorer to lands without buildings. Without buildings. I've either got to get rid of 3 cities or I've got to get 9 fear. And right now I need to forget a card. I think I really need these 2 together, and I need this to threshold it. I need the elements on those 3. This one's consistently getting me a lot of fear. But at this point it's more about the elements. So I'm going to forget this, sadly. The last of my uniques. Although it did a heck of a job. Okay. So now I'm back to growth. I think I'm done trying to clear my tracks. I'm going to gain 2 power cards. I'm going to take 2 minors just to increase my card count and hopefully get some good elements. So let's pay 2 energy for that. I'll take that back. I guess if I wanted to be really risky, I could get 2 majors And out of those 8 cards, just hope I can get something that could blast away cities. So in the build phase, 1 city will be added. The Ravage is looking clean, though. Actually, I just need to take out 1 city fast. If I can take out the city and land 6, I'll be okay. So, forget it. All right, let's pay the 2 energy. I'm going to take 2 cards. The first is going to be a major. And the second will be a major or a minor, depending on how the first one goes. Oh, if I can I threshold the bottom of this? Volcanic eruption, blazing renewal. I think I want blazing renewal. I don't really have anything to get rid of, though. I think I'm going to get rid of growth through sacrifice. And what will that leave me with element-wise? I would have the 2 moon and 3 fire I need for pent-up calamity. I would no longer have the 3 moon for domesticated animals, which I need for pent-up calamity to be really worth it. And then would I be able to threshold blazing renewal? I would need 3 fire, and I have it. 2 plant, I would need 2 earth, and I'm not going to have the, or 3 earth. I'm going to be short 1 earth regardless. If I can't threshold 3 moon on domesticated animals, then it's not worth having because I just needed to add the beast. What does this even do again? Target spirit adds 2 of their destroyed presence into a single land up to range 2 from your presence. If any presence was added, 2 damage to each building. Oh, but I won't threshold the bottom. So let's say I get rid of domesticated animals. Shoot. Need that moon. So I can use Blazing Renewal and Pent-Up Calamity and land 1 to take out those cities without domesticated animals. I just don't have a way to take out the city and land 6. What'll this do for me here? 2 moon, 3 fire. 1, 2. Oh, okay. That'll do it. All right, I'm getting rid of domesticated animals. Here we go. Come on. I already paid my 2 energy, so I'm going to take a minor. hopefully get some good elements. Fire and water, fire and air and earth. Oh, hey. Fire, earth, plant. Gain a minor card. Gift of power would have been awesome at the beginning. I'm going to take the shore seethes hatred, I think. No. What's this? Neither of these does anything for me. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever. It's just for the elements. None of these will help me hit land 6, though. I'm going to take gift of power, I guess. Although that does a fear. I don't really want to add Badlands. Taking gift of power, forget it. It's too good not to. All right, now I get an energy. Let's move here. 4 card plays. Use them all. I think I already decided this is going to work. So this is going to cost me 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 6, 7, 8. This is kind of exciting, down to the wire. I've got 3 moon, I've got 3 fire, so that unlocks all of this. Thresholds this, I've got 2 suns for this. And this, I've got 1, 2, 3 fire, 1, 2, 3 earth, and 2 plant. I managed to threshold that too. Okay, let's start with this one at range 2. I'm going to target land B6. It does 1 fear and 2 damage. And now 1 fear per 2 power cards played. So 1, 2 fear. Gets me that next fear card. And 1 damage per 2 power cards played. So that destroys the city. 2 more fear. 2 more energy. And now Pent Up Calamity. Range 2. I could do that in land 1. I'm going to remove a beast, which does 1 fear and 3 damage. Takes out the city. 2 more fear. Piling on the energy and the fear. And now I have the threshold, so I can replace the beast. Now Blazing Renewal. Target spirit adds 2 of their destroyed presence. I've only got 1, but that's okay. To a single land up to range 2 from your presence. If any presence was added, 2 damage to each building in that land. So it takes out the town and 2 damage to the city. I guess the town by itself gets me a fear, which gets me the fear victory. But also, I finally thresholded the bottom, so 4 damage in that land. Let's go ahead and clear it. Which also destroys the city, and then there's no more cities. Holy cow, what a rush. I was really banging my head against the wall. I felt like going through a lot of this one. I just didn't think there was any way I was going to make it, but I did, and that was really exciting. As you can see, I've got a whole pile of energy. It's pretty unbelievable. But energy's not the problem with this spirit. It's cards. And I got to the point where I was almost out. Gift of Power, didn't actually get to use it, but getting that turn 1 is nearly game breaking for this spirit. Not nearly. There's no nearly about it. That would have ended it. That would have been super powerful. But this was a ton of fun. I felt like I had choices every single round with like really wrestling with what I should do for growth, what I should do about my presence tracks. Trying to hit the innates, I felt like they were attainable. I really wrestled with what cards to keep and get rid of and how to pair them together. So this was an awesome time. I guess one thing I didn't make use of was play a card twice by paying twice now. I thought about it at one point and didn't. It probably would have made I probably could have made good use of that somewhere if I had just remembered to do it, because I certainly had the energy by the end. Man, I've got some adrenaline going though. That was cool. So I would be really curious to hear what you think about this spirit. Don't forget, you can play it if you want to. Just go to tablefor1.games and then go to the free content section and you can download it. But let me know what you think. I'd be really interested. I had a really good time though. I hope you did too. I know I did a lot of thinking, so I'll do my best to edit out some of the long pauses where I was considering my choices. But man, I had a great time. So if you're still here, go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate that, and leave a like on the video, because I presume you like it if you made it this far. But definitely leave some comments and let me know what you think. I'm just, I'm pretty glad that, in a way, that my video files got deleted the other day and I had to do this again, because that was an awesome game. I had such a great time. So that's kind of that's the reason why I do this whole thing. So I'm pretty excited right now. So I'll end on this high note. So thanks for joining me on this journey at Spirit Island, and I'll see you next time on Table for One. Have a great day.